Is this thing on? Okay.
I hear you.
It's working. Hey, buddy.
What's up, man? I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, you've been in Detroit. I've been here. Well, Michigan, I should say.
Yeah, Michigan.
Yeah.
She doesn't live in Detroit.
But you fly into Detroit, though, right?
Fly into Romulus.
Huh?
Romulus, Michigan, which houses the Detroit International Airport, whatever.
Gotcha.
Stupid.
Gotcha. Okay. Romulus, like Romulus and Remus?
Sure.
Okay. You don't remember that from school?
No.
Okay, never mind. I'll ignore. I'll just change the subject. What?
No, just the
okay.
the subject.
I have a story for you.
Go ahead.
Well, first I have a question. Have you ever taken anything to a dry cleaner's?
Yeah.
Was it like an above average experience? Was it just normal? What was the experience like? Pretty mundane?
Yeah, just drop off the clothes, tell them when I need it back, and yeah.
I want to give a shout out, and this is not paid for, this is nothing like that, to Oceanside Cleaners, because they gave me, and I'm plopping down on the counter right now, a goodie bag for just taking 2 tablecloths to them.
Wait, what's in this bag? Let me see this.
I got you. I'll tell you as you pull the item out. So first they have, wow, you don't even pull the biggest thing out first. Okay, first a mini lint roller. Always use one of those. That is a bag with my tag and my ID on it basically. So I can put my clothes in there and just drop it off.
Okay.
How convenient is that?
That's smart.
Those in your hands there, you know, when you have a dress shirt and they have the collar that have the little plastic in them to keep it straight. Those are those I can pop out and put into a dress shirt. I have replacement buttons that have like a pin back. So if I need a new button, all I do is I pin that to my shirt and they'll sew it on for me.
Okay.
Right?
And then special care instructions.
Yeah, if I have special care instructions, they gave me pre-made cards. That is a whole packet on all of the things that they offer. I don't know, dude. And there's, I think, chapstick and mints down there at the bottom as well, and a pen. Yep. But, dude, I think that's so cool. This is a cleaners. This is not a service that I would expect from that.
They gave a lot of stuff.
I know, no shame to any other cleaners out there. I just thought this was a step above. And
probably makes their life easier.
I'm sure it does, too. Absolutely. But, I mean, they made it to where I want to go back because, to be honest, when I took these tablecloths, it was for work. My boss recommended for me to go here. You know where I was going to go? Fadi's old cleaners.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure his mom retired by now, right?
I think so. I haven't talked to Fadi in years.
Probably. But, I mean, that's where I was going to go because that's just what I knew. It was by my old house. I knew her. It was just easy, whatever. But, if I ever need dry clean, I'm going to this place. It's on South Side, so it's, right in the middle of town.
It's right by, right by Hogan Road, right?
Yeah. It's on a little service road.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was just super excited about that. You know how we start these shows. There's always some random BS, but...
Whether it's a complaint or, in this case, a compliment.
No Wingstop complaint this time.
Wingstop.
That might be one of our greatest openers of all time.
I don't think it was an opener. I think it was in the middle of the episode.
Well, that was probably one of our greatest segments of all time.
Bums.
You went off on them. Have you had them since?
Yes. I have. I'm not even going to say no, but yes, I have had them. They're still bums, though.
I hear that, man. I hear that. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to episode, goodness gracious, what are we on? Episode 87. It's been 2 weeks since we last recorded. Kind of took that week off to recover from the Chiefs-Jags loss, unfortunately. But we've moved on. I think the vibes were excellent, but we'll get to that in just a second. So we've got Chiefs-Jags. We've got a little bit about Pro Bowl games. The Pro Bowl games, not just the Pro Bowl. Little stuff on the offseason, a little FSU, and then just kind of a rundown, a PTI-esque segment.
It's like the at the end.
Yeah.
I can't remember what they call it.
I forget what they call it too.
Was it the last call or something like that?
No, it's close to that.
I don't know.
The big finish.
Oh yeah. I remember they always no, I'm thinking of a different show. I'm thinking of Around the Horn when Reali just throws the paper toss. I always look forward to that too.
If we had video in here, we could definitely do that, but
and shout Kobe while we're throwing it.
Oh man.
You know it's been 3 years since he passed.
Stop. I know, man. It's It's sad. 3 years.
God, yeah.
Oh, boy. Anyway, well, we're going to go ahead. Let's just dive in, shall we? You cool with that?
I'm good with it.
All right. Jags Chiefs. Where did you watch the game first?
Where did I watch the game? I'm trying to remember where I watched the game. Oh, yeah, at my cousin's house.
I was going to say, I'm just going to take a guess. Your cousin's house.
Yeah, it was one of my cousins.
Yeah.
I have multiple cousins. Can't help me there. Or can't blame me there.
You know, I'm not upset.
I mean, I'm a little upset.
I was a little bit, because I think that was a game that we could have won. But
we were in the best game of the divisional round, and we turned out to be the best team in the playoffs in terms of the most entertaining game, because the Chiefs shouldn't have won the other day against the Bengals to go to the Super Bowl. And if the Jags beat the Chiefs, I really think the Jags would beat the Bengals. So
I think so too. Where would that game have been played?
It would have been played in Cincinnati, yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. I was a little upset with the defense not bringing pressure. We're not going to bring this all back. It's been 2 weeks. We moved on, but we just haven't had our thoughts on it. But the defense, excuse me while I burped, the defense not pressuring Mahomes after the ankle injury was concerning. Like, how do you not do that? Why are you letting Travis Kelce catch it 14 fucking times? But, I mean, Jags lost. It is what it is. Great season. I'm not upset thinking, like, what was our record prediction? Like I said, at most 7 wins before the season, 7-8 wins. Yeah. So, like, they definitely surpassed expectations. They had the greatest comeback in Jags history in the playoffs. Season to be proud of.
Won the division.
Swept the Titans.
God, that's a good feeling.
Ended the Houston losing streak. Ended the road losing streak. Ended the NFC losing streak. Like, it's been a lot of streaks that ended.
Mm-hmm.
And on to next year. I am pumped for next year. I don't know about you, but...
Well, I look at this year as a little differently. I think since we've gone through what we went through in 2017, 2018, we know the mistakes that we made to screw up that next season.
I think you can't compare the two.
And what I'm saying is I don't think we're going to make mistakes.
I don't even think that. I think we have a quarterback now compared to last year
when we did not.
Or, I'm sorry, 2018 when we did not.
Absolutely. But, I mean, we made a lot of mistakes in that offseason. I don't think we re-signed the right guys. Bortles should never have gotten that extension.
We should have never taken Taven Bryan over Lamar Jackson, and it could have been a completely different story.
Oh, but I'm so glad that we, have Trevor now. Let's not just, that. But yes, Lamar Jackson, absolutely, yeah, that was a huge mistake. Taven, go rot in Cleveland.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think this offseason is going to be much different. Now, I still have my doubts on Trent Baalke. Let's just see if he can do it again. He had a great offseason this past offseason on the offensive side of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
If he can fix the defense, that's what I want to see.
Well, and looking...
And we get Calvin Ridley back.
Yes, exactly. Well, hopefully. He should be reinstated. I think they said
February 15th is the earliest he can apply.
Perfect. So that's that. But, looking at... man, we've lost one coach so far, the wide receiver coach.
As of right now, yes.
Yeah. That kind of sucks a little bit. I mean...
Bring Keenan home?
That would be cool, but I don't think
he wants to leave Justin Jefferson.
I don't think he'd leave for a lateral move. I think he would come back if they maybe say if Jim Bob Cooter left and he took his spot.
As a QB coach?
No, Jim Bob Cooter's not the QB coach. He's
passing
game coordinator, and he could be that plus wide receivers. That could be real.
We'll see. I mean, I don't know.
He wouldn't take a lateral move, but yeah, we don't even know anything. It's just that guy left. He was kind of slimy anyway. I mean, the way he left, he lied about leaving.
All these coaches, whenever their name comes up in reports,
just say I have no comment. I'd rather them say that though than say I'm committed to this team. I mean, no, you're not. You're going to.
He said he's committed to the team until the season ends. So,
yeah, I guess whatever. But again. We'll see what happens. We got a long time until, what is it, September is when the season starts?
Yeah.
Yeah. I lost myself. I'm like, wait, is it August? No. So we got a long time until that. But between now and the Super Bowl, we have the Pro Bowl games. I'm just going to say, and we talked a little bit about this pre-show, it's just a joke, man. It's just a joke. I don't get. I just know they want to do it for money because that's all the NFL cares about is lining their pockets more. But when they took that game away from Hawaii, it lost all credibility to me.
I think it lost credibility before that, too. It was a glorified flag football, not even a flag football, two-hand touch contest. No one was getting drilled like the punter did a while back ago.
Yeah.
You don't see the skills games that they had before with Peyton Manning and Brett Favre and all of them.
Well, I blame that a little bit. Not the last part, but the hitting and stuff. I blame that on concussions, one, and two, the league changed rules, too. You know, that hit would not have been legal anyway. So.
Everyone knows what hit I'm talking about. But, it's not the same. You're never going to have that ever again, especially for a game that doesn't mean anything.
Sorry, I was looking at something. I was going to try and surprise you. Do you remember when the first Pro Bowl was? I mean, do you remember? Or do you know when the first Pro Bowl was?
1996.
1951.
Oh, I don't remember. I mean, obviously, I don't know.
They had the All-Star game from 39 to 42, but the first Pro Bowl was in 51. I just thought it was kind of interesting. But I get what you're saying. It did change a lot. I just think that, I don't know, without it being a destination, these guys aren't really wanting to go anymore.
Well, Vegas
now it's Vegas, sure. But, I mean, when they switched it to Orlando, that was pretty corny.
That was also... I don't remember why they did it. That was because Vegas was still getting built, I think.
Yeah, 2017, it was in newly renovated Camping World Stadium. Woo! Brazil actually was in the voting for that, too.
Yeah, you can't put an American game in Brazil without a football team there.
Without football. Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, you can't use this on your resume to get into the Hall of Fame anymore, I don't think.
No. That, to me, the Pro Bowl went out the window, but now the thing that matters is all pros.
Yeah.
So now, the reason we're talking about the Pro Bowl, I don't know if we even mentioned this, we have two Jaguars going to the Pro Bowl games, and that is Trevor Lawrence and Jamal Agnew. Jamal Agnew replacing, I can't remember who he was replacing, but Trevor Lawrence is replacing Patrick Mahomes because Mahomes is obviously going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and in that case, Mahomes going to the Super Bowl? Absolutely. Tua not playing? The dude's got the
concussion.
Worst head injuries. Yeah. He's got a lot to deal with. Herbert, been limited with injury, I guess, whatever. And Lamar Jackson's knee still isn't back to whatever. But, like, Joe Burrow not going?
Joe Burrow probably don't want to go after last week.
Yeah, but, like, not wanting to go. That's why I think it's tainted. Tyler Huntley, as you guys have already seen, is going to the Pro Bowl, who threw 2 TD passes and 3 interceptions this season. He ranks... Oh, how bad was it? 48th in the NFL in both passing yards and passing TDs. 48th in a 32-team league.
I don't understand how he got in, but, I mean, people voted for him, fine. But, like, again, it's a joke. The NFL process is a joke. And NBA is not much better with their All-Stars. But
No, but we won't get into that. If they want it to be... the games that they want it to be, which, I mean, they got the flag football game. I guess they'll be doing some skills challenges.
Yeah, they're doing skills challenges.
So kind of like what the NBA has evolved into.
I just pulled it up. I just looked at it. So it's a game. Event will consist of various skill competition events and 3 7-on-7 flag football games.
That's fun. Sure, that's fine. But you can't count that as like an accolade anymore. That's just my take.
So that is on Thursday. On Sunday... there will be a remainder of the event program. 24 points in the skills competitions. The first 2 flag football games will be awarded 6 points to the winning conference total score, and then they combine it to decide. I don't know. It's a very weird thing, so we'll see. I'm going to watch it just because there are now 2 Jaguars, and we actually have the college football commentators calling it. We have Kirk Herbstreit, Pat McAfee, Robert Griffin III, Marcus Spears, and Laura Rutledge will call the skills competition.
Are they going to do it like on the field like they've been doing during the season?
It says Kirk and Pat will be calling the games, and then Robert Griffin, Marcus Spears, Laura Rutledge will be calling the skills competition. along with Ryan Clark and Dan Orlovsky. So it's going to be – I'm interested to see how it is. Jaguars now have 2 Pro Bowlers, so they're no longer without Pro Bowlers.
What was it, 2018, 2019?
I don't know. But
I think it was 18 was when we had our last Pro
There's
Bowler.
still one team that has not gotten a Pro Bowler, and that is the Chicago Bears because you guys are bums. Although Fields probably would have been in if he didn't get hurt.
Did all the NFC quarterbacks say yes? Because I feel like he should have been up there at least. I don't know. Who cares?
I mean, the only NFC quarterback that would have gotten in would have been Hurts, I think. So, I don't know. But Pro Bowl is on Thursday, February 2nd, and February 5th is what I'm seeing. So, who knows?
Who knows indeed. Okay, moving on. The offseason is here for the Jaguars.
Yes.
Yes, we still have the Super Bowl. We'll talk about that at the end. But the offseason is here, and they have to make some decisions on some key players from this past season. As we all know, there's some guys that we could probably restructure. There's probably some guys that are going to be cut. I'm looking at you, Shaq Griffin. Hey, Chase on too. Get him off the field.
I still can't believe we can't cut him. We have to cut him. We can't just not resign. We have to cut him, which is so annoying.
Why is that?
He's got a 4-year deal.
Oh.
We drafted him in 2020.
That's right. God, I can't believe it was that. Oh, man. Yeah, cut him.
That and C.J. Henderson. Yikes.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Whatever. But there's some guys that I wanted to go over. Just 3 guys, and I want to see if you would re-sign or not re-sign and why. Okay? I think it'll be pretty easy, and I think you'll, honestly, in my opinion, I think you're going to say yes to all 3.
I already know where you're going with this because there's a 3 that I've seen on Twitter.
Well, first is Arden Key.
Yes. You bring him back because he was probably arguably the best pass rusher for us this last half of the year, other than Josh Allen stepping up, of course, in a money year.
Yeah, and Smoot had a good year before he got hurt.
Yeah.
I think he is a very important piece to this defensive line. They want to do something better next year. Next one is tight end Evan Ingram. Absolutely, you bring him back. But do you bring him back on just like a 1 year? You tag him, or do you sign him to a longer term year?
You sign him to a long term deal. I think he proved it this year in a 1-year deal. Now maybe a 2-year deal, maybe a 3-year deal if you find the right amount of money.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know. Our cap room did go up, so we'll see. But I just don't know if it's going to help the Jaguars really because Jaguars have to make some cuts anyways.
Right.
So I don't know. I would absolutely bring back Evan Ingram.
Yep. The last one is Juwan Taylor.
Yes, you bring him back. The offensive line is not the greatest, and Juwan Taylor had played outstanding this year. And the question of Cam Robinson and his health, you got to bring back Juwan Taylor because if you don't, who isn't play left side?
Yeah. And we saw a bad
because Walker Little will be on the right side.
Yeah.
So if you bring back Juwan, you can put Juwan on the right, keep him there. Walker on the left. Walker was actually pretty solid against the Chiefs, I thought, this past 2 weeks ago. But I think you bring him back. Now, I'm going to flip the question and ask you, if you had to pick one, let's say everyone gets the preferred deals, you pick one to bring back. Who are you bringing back, Juwan, Evan, or Arden?
Give me Evan, man. I don't know. I loved what he did this year. We even had someone who could catch the ball in the tight end spot, and God knows how long. If he can, I'm hoping he can keep up those levels. I want him back on this team so he can keep doing this year in and year out and break some more tight end records because he already broke one.
I'm bringing Juwan Taylor back.
Yeah,
because
that was my closest second.
Really? I think Arden's my second.
Well, I already told you my first. So
Evan's my third.
Yeah, I understand that.
Because tight end, there's only, as for Juwan Taylor, right tackle is so important right now. Because, like I said, if Cam's not 100% back by the season, which I doubt he will be, you only have one tackle, and you got to trust a rookie or a veteran to come in and help the team. You already have the chemistry with everyone on the line. You bring back Juwan Taylor and Walker Little. Great. Arden Key is my second choice because you can never have too many pass rushers, and I think Arden's definitely earned a spot here. Evan, I would love to bring him back, don't get me wrong, but tight end, there's only really 2 game-changing tight ends in the NFL. The rest are average at best. And 3. I'd say 3 game-changing tight ends.
Kelsey,
Kittle, and Mark Andrews.
Hurst?
No, he's not game-changing.
Okay.
He's average.
above average.
Waller was game-changing, fell down to average because he's going to stay healthy this year. So we'll see. I would trade for Waller because he just got an extension, so probably not. But like you got to think of something, and there's so many tight ends in this upcoming draft. You can attack it.
Oh, absolutely. You're right. You proved me wrong. I feel dumb now. I mean, I'm looking here at the tackles that we have on the roster.
It's not bright.
Not great. Ben Barch, who's been just struggling to find time on the field. Coy Cronk, which that guy, we made fun of him. I remember him from the Packers. He got drafted by him or something, and his last name was Cronk, so I thought it was funny.
No, that's Cole Van Lanen. That's the one we got from the Packers.
Are you sure?
I'm almost positive.
I thought it was Coy Cronk. Let me look. God, he's a weird-looking dude. Whatever. Who cares? It doesn't show anything on him because nobody cares about him, I guess. That's so sad. Oh, well, anyway, so, yeah, you're probably right again. Man, just making me look stupid today.
Nah, you're not stupid.
Well, this guy was from Wisconsin, so you're probably right. You're probably right. He's a funny-looking guy, too. A little goofy smile. So, yeah, I think you're right, Juwan.
I think Jawan's number one priority, unless you can find a way to maneuver the cap where you can bring off. I don't know.
Right, and we'll look more in depth as the offseason goes on. As you guys know, we still do this podcast during the offseason. We're not just a Jags podcast. We may reduce the amount that we record.
Oh, we will be doing that. We will reduce. Once every 2 weeks is the new schedule because it is the offseason. We're primarily a Jags.
Yeah, I was just trying to be nice, ease them into it.
Yes, but I'm just going to be straight up with our fans and our friends. And, we got too much going on.
Yeah, but we'll talk more about free agency. We'll see who's on the market. We'll see free agent. All of that jazz will be coming up later on. We got plenty.
We'll have some new graphics coming out, some changes to those graphics. So,
Yeah, hopefully we can get a lot of things. Hopefully we can get some freaking merch that we've been talking about for 2 years. But we'll see about that. Anyway, let's move on here. I want to switch gears to college football. I want to talk a little FSU football.
Okay.
Schedule was released last week, I think it was.
No, it was released Monday night. Monday night on the 30th.
Oh, God. Never mind. It was just released.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
You're struggling today.
I am off my game. I'm thinking too much about work. Anyway, we already know that we were playing LSU to start the season. It's in Orlando.
Yes.
Yes. See, I got that one right. We play Brett Favre's alma mater, Southern Miss, second. And scrolling down to the bottom, your other non-conference game is North Alabama. Quick, can you tell me North Alabama's mascot?
No.
The Lions.
But we don't play North Alabama. Are you talking about just out of conference, or are you talking about next game?
I was saying out of conference games.
Okay.
Yeah, I said scrolling down to the bottom, and then, of course, we finished at Florida this year. So
yeah.
Looking across the schedule, buddy. I mean, obviously, the biggest game is at Clemson, right?
Yes. The 3 of the first 4 games are going to be interesting for me.
LSU, Southern Miss is going to be a toughie, and Clemson.
No, I'm talking about Boston College because we never do well. We never do well
at Boston College.
Yes,
yeah,
in Boston on the road, and I guarantee you that's probably gonna be a night game because why not? And it'll probably be the red bandana game like it always is.
Oh God, yeah.
Like no. So honestly, if you can get through Clemson 3-1, at the worst,
we finish with 2 losses, maybe.
You could finish 2-2 in those 4 games, yeah.
No, I mean 2 losses like for the whole season if we go 3-1 in those first 4. That's my prediction.
I think we run the table after that.
Yeah.
God, Miami's a joke.
I just feel like there's just one that would trip us up. Some bull crap.
No.
You go down the list. You go down the list.
Virginia Tech is sorry. Syracuse is sorry. Duke has never beaten us. Wake Forest is also sorry. Now that Hartman's gone and A.T. Perry's gone, what do they have? Pitt, okay, I'm not really worried about them. Miami, we know my feelings about Miami. Now, North Alabama, I'm not worried about them. Florida, maybe because it's in Gainesville, but I think Florida's on the decline right now.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Don't get me hyped up, Mike.
I'm telling you, I said this a few weeks ago. Florida State has a very good shot at winning the ACC for one, has a very good shot at making the 4-team playoff, and winning, well, I don't know about winning the national championship, but like,
going to the playoff.
LSU, even if we lose LSU,
That's a neutral site,
and you beat Clemson, and you beat Clemson again, you're making the playoff. I'm guaranteeing that. If you lose to LSU and beat Clemson twice, you're making the playoff.
Man.
Because that's undefeated in the conference, and the one loss is to LSU. LSU's going to probably have 2 losses on their schedule. I don't know what their schedule looks like, but
Let's see if I can pull that up while you keep talking.
I just think LSU and Clemson are the 2 toughest games, and I'm actually it's kind of annoying that they set it up early in the season. But
I think their schedule's very, very winnable. I mean, at Mississippi State, at Ole Miss, at Missouri, home versus Auburn, at Alabama, who I think Alabama is declining significantly. Coaches aren't just jumping ship to go immediately to Alabama anymore. I think the culture there is going to be changing. I think that dynasty it's already, I think, dying, but I think it's officially dead next season.
I am not on that train.
We'll
Nick
see.
Saban can come after Keith Manzi for that sake.
Hey, you see who they're trying to hire as their defensive coordinator?
No.
Todd Grantham?
Hey.
That's bottom of the barrel, Mike. That's scraping the bottom of your plate looking for that last piece of rice. You're like, oh, I want that.
Could it be because he was at Florida? Now, if he's at Alabama, he had just something flipped, and that just shows how of a joke Florida was.
I mean, it could be,
still is.
But I just don't think. You saw how unmotivated that defense was. I don't know. I don't want to go off on that tangent, but I think LSU is a very winnable schedule. So keep going.
I'm telling you right now, I'm marking my prediction right now. Florida State goes 3, 6, 9, 11-1. I'm telling you, that LSU game is critical. What really sucks is that there's no bye week in between all those games.
When is our bye week?
Isn't until October 1st, I think.
Yeah.
No, wait, no. September 30th. Sorry, September 30th. So
right
it's after
at the end of September, yeah.
After Clemson. So.
Oh, that'll be nice.
So it could be, if we're 4-0 after that stretch, I'm telling you, this team is going to bring back 2013 vibes.
Ooh. You're making me sweat.
And all this, by the way, is contingent on Jordan Travis's health. So I'm just going to mark that there.
Of course. Absolutely. Wow. Clemson starts their season at Duke. It's kind of weird. Yeah. Whatever. Oh, man. I would love that so much, bro. I would love that. Would you go?
To what?
To a playoff game if FSU made it.
Where is the playoff next year? Let's see.
Me, myself, I would not. You're the grad. Makes more sense for you to go. For me, I think I do better in just a controlled environment. I don't need to be yelling at 19-year-olds.
I will yell at
a stadium.
I'm more so going to be yelling at Mike Norvell. So
fair.
Let me see. Where's next year's playoff?
Can you believe we're talking about this? I know you're scrolling, but can you believe we're talking about this when, 2 years ago, we were just down in the dumps? We were Charlie Brown walking in the rain, just sad and depressed. This is awesome.
You see my face?
Yeah.
No, I don't think we're going to get here. No chance.
All those guys coming back. Oh, man. If Jared Verse, oh my gosh, I can't even say it. And we got our defensive line might be the best in college football.
The playoff championship, the national championship, is in Houston, Texas. So where is the?
Yippee.
I don't know. I can't see it, but oh wait, no, I may have found it. Nope, never mind. I don't know.
But it's okay. Again, we got a lot of time to figure that one out too.
Yeah, I'd rather go to the Jaguars playoff game over the Noles play. I don't know. That's a good question.
That atmosphere was awesome, dude. It was electric. Second half.
By the way, I am convinced I am the good luck charm for the Jaguars because the 3 playoff games I've gone to, we won all 3.
I give him
in
daps for that. Yes.
12, 15 years. So. Yeah. So.
I'm just
because I think if I went to Kansas City, we would have won. I just could not dish out money like that.
I mean, I was looking at those plane tickets, like $700.
I saw 800. I originally could have booked it for $300. I should have pulled the trigger and said F it.
And sold it to somebody or something.
No.
I don't know if you can do that.
No, I don't think you can sell plane tickets like that. But.
Sheesh. Oh, boy. All right. Well, we're moving right along. I'm just going to get too excited about FSU. Ah, goodness gracious, Mike. Well, hey, speaking of championships, we got to talk about the Super Bowl real quick,
Yep.
It's a couple weeks away, or 2 weeks out. You've got the Eagles, who had what a lot of sports outlets are calling the easiest route to the Super Bowl of all time. And you have the Chiefs, who have been playing with the refs so far this offseason. And I say that as a Jaguar fan, not just saying I was rooting for the Bengals, but I say it as a Jags fan. There was a couple missed calls in that game, but I digress. What are you thinking here? Who you picking in the Super Bowl win it all?
I go back and forth, man. I don't know.
You want me to go first?
Go ahead.
I'm taking the Eagles.
You're taking the Eagles? Why?
Even though they've had such an easy route, I really think that the Chiefs are banged up enough to where it'll finally catch up to them. And I don't know. If they have the Zebras on their side, they'll win the game. But if the Zebras are anywhere halfway decent, I think the Eagles can win the game. I think the Eagles' defense is a lot better than the other teams that the Chiefs have had to go through, including ours. And I think it'll be a low-scoring affair, but I think the Eagles will win.
You think it's a low scoring?
I mean, like, in the 20s. I don't think either team will be putting up like 35 or something like that.
I don't know, man. I go back and forth. Like Sunday night, I'm like Eagles. Then Monday, I'm like Chiefs. Today, I'm like I really don't know. This one's a toss-up for me. I really don't know, and I usually have a pretty good feeling one way or the other, but this one, I am torn. But if I had to pick a team right now, I mean, granted, it's still 2 weeks early, not counting injuries, I'm going with the Chiefs. I just think
I already wrote it before you even said
it.
it.
I think Mahomes, and something about Mahomes just... And Andy Reid against his old team.
I
take Andy Reid over Nick Sirianni as a coach.
Agreed. Mahomes will be 3 weeks removed from that injury, which they said it's a 3-week recovery time, so that'll be good too.
Granted, he did play on it this past week, but...
Yeah, but I mean, he has gone into extensive care to take care of that thing. I mean, he was hobbled in that game, but it was not nearly as bad as it was the week before, so...
I'm just curious. The matchups I'm going to be looking for is the defense of the Chiefs defending A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith against the Eagles. That matchup compared to the Eagles' D-line against the Chiefs' offensive line. Because Chiefs' offensive line is not the healthiest.
No.
And that Eagles' D-line is nasty.
They have a Florida State guy.
Josh Sweat. I don't know if he's playing.
So Sweat is on the Eagles and Nandi?
Derek Nandi is on the Chiefs.
Is on the Chiefs,
So we have a Nole winning a Super Bowl. Guaranteed. And also, we got to root for our guy. I don't know. You got to root for him, I guess. Gardner Minshew on the Eagles.
Why do I have to root for him?
Because you're picking the Eagles.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
I mean, it would be cool, but...
It's kind of like when Brunel won his. It was like, oh, that's cool. But I wasn't, like, overjoyed. But, yeah. Okay. Well, you want to end with our PTI big finish?
Sure. Let's do it.
Sweet. Maybe I might have to add music in here. Maybe I'm going to note that right now just so I don't forget. Oh, right there at that mark. Perfect. So, Mike, starting things off, we are going to lead off with D'Amico Ryans.
Man, I'm pissed.
D'Amico Ryans has been named the head coach of the Houston Texans.
I think Houston got a good one. And hopefully the owner's not willing to quit on him after 1 year. But I think D'Amico will be a good fit in Houston. And, God, I'm mad that the Texans got him.
Yeah, D'Amico Ryans, as if you don't know, was a legend in Houston long ago. Liked to terrorize the Jaguars back in the day. And he's who was he with?
San Francisco.
San Francisco. He was the defensive coordinator, right?
Defensive coordinator.
Yeah, so their GM, Nick Caserio.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Hired Culley 4-13 in 2021 and promoted Smith 3-13-1.
David Culley and then Lovie Smith. And
I think Lovie got done wrong, but he knew it was coming. That's why he did that at the end of the season. Just won that game, which was funny.
And you know what's interesting about Nick Caserio? Which I didn't realize this until you just said Culley and Lovie Smith, and now Ryans. That's 3 straight black head coaches.
It is. But 2 of them were fired.
Because the owner's an idiot. But I'm just saying hopefully get more black coaches hired.
Yeah, and he's only 38, so
I like D'Amico Ryans.
If he is the guy, he's got a lot ahead of him, so that'd be good.
I think he's gonna be a very good hire for them, which really pisses me off.
Yeah. Going over to the next one, the Broncos reach a deal with the Saints to acquire Sean Payton to be their next head coach. Boy, oh boy. They are doubling down, aren't they?
They have to. They gave a lot of money to Russell Wilson. They have to try again. They have to.
They are giving up the Broncos' 2023 first-round pick, the 30th overall pick, and their 2024 second-round pick for Peyton, and their third round in 2024. So, not a lot of draft capital in Denver.
They're going all in next 2 years.
Yeah, like they're just gonna have to do some crazy free agency signings, I suppose.
If they had, I don't know if they have the money.
I don't even think they have the cap. So it'll be really interesting to see what goes on in Denver. But I mean, they're doing all this to maybe be third in their division.
They'll be second at best. I don't think they're being.
But even that, at best, second. Hey man,
they'll make the playoffs. Hopefully.
We'll see about that.
And Sean Payton will know if Russ Wilson is cooked or not after this season. We'll see.
Keeping the trend of the NFL, the Tennessee Titans have announced that they are tearing up their grass field at the crappy Nissan Stadium, and they're going to replace it with a synthetic surface before the 2023 season. Why is that a big deal? Well, because...
Can't wait to see more injuries happen on that turf field.
Well, that's the thing. They have led the NFL in each of the past 2 seasons for players used, including setting a league record with 91 in 2021, the most in a strike-free season because of injuries. The lower body injuries at Nissan Stadium have been significant. So this is their quote-unquote answer to that. Mike Vrabel came out and saying that their practices that they had on indoor facilities were way better than they were on the outdoor facilities. So, I don't know. This is a new turf.
Grass field, AstroTurf, turf field, don't care, Jags by 30.
I like that. Flipping over to the NBA. Mike, you watched it. I watched some of it. You watched probably more than I did. The Orlando Magic, their biggest comeback of the season last night, down 21 and beat the 76ers 119-109 on the road. Our boy Paolo had 29 and 10. How do you feel, man? How do you feel about this team right now?
This team is going to be special next year. Not this year, just contend. I'm enjoying this. We're not in the position of tanking. We're actually in the position of contending. We have 2 players that are going to be a part of All-Star Weekend, as it was announced today, I think.
Yes.
On Tuesday the 31st. I'm excited for the Magic future. There have been times where I was like, are you kidding me? We had Gary Harris as a starting guard. We had... compared to what we have now,
he's still starting.
I'm talking about now.
He is.
For the Magic.
Starter. He's the starter on the Magic.
Gary Harris,
yes.
No, he's not. Oh, he is. Crap. I've had Gary.
Sir.
I'm thinking of
You're thinking of like Dwayne Bacon and...
Oh, God. Dwayne Bacon was so
James
good.
Ennis III and stuff like that.
I forgot about James Ennis, but Dwayne Bacon was... he was a stud at FSU. I don't care. But, I mean, sure. Magic fans have been through some rough patches, so I'm looking forward to this upcoming season next year. But this year, just stay in contention. If you don't make the play-in, it's okay. We'll be fine.
Yeah, and you already mentioned the 2 players, All-Star Weekend is going to be Paolo and Franz Wagner, who are going to be representing the Magic in the Rising Stars Challenge. But one note I want to say about this Magic team, they have not gone on a losing streak over 3 games in a row this season. And they've only lost 3 games in a row once.
I mean, they had a 6-game winning streak.
Yeah.
This year. That was the first time, I think, since, 2012? No, it was since the bubble season.
A long time.
Since the bubble season, I think, because I saw that stat somewhere. But
They keep coming back after getting knocked down. You think, oh, they lose these 2 games in a row. Boom, they win 2 more in a row. And they've beaten good teams.
We've lost some games in a row.
I'm looking at the schedule right now.
We lost 9 in a row.
Where?
November, December.
Oh, this is just this month? No. What is this? Oh, I guess it's just not everything.
Yeah, they've lost 9 in a row. They lost 6 in a row.
Oh, well.
We started 6 in a row. We lost the first 5 games, I think.
Well, I'm just gonna leave that in because I don't care. I'll take that L. But still, last year
just taking L's today.
I'm just taking a lot of L's. They started off the season, abysmal. You're right, and I forgot about that big stretch through November and early December, miserable. But I mean, bouncing out back in December, winning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row.
2023 has been a very good year so far for the Magic.
Absolutely, and like I was saying before I screwed up, big wins, beating Philadelphia, sweeping the Warriors. The Warriors have not beaten the Magic since Draymond Green talked trash about the Magic. So eat on that, Draymond. And we've beaten the Celtics multiple times too. So just a breath of fresh air for this team that has gone through so much turmoil as of late. Anything else you got?
I got nothing. I'm ready to go home and start on this paper.
I'm ready to eat some dinner. I'm hungry. For those of you that watch the Pro Bowl games, you enjoy those. For those of you that are waiting for the Super Bowl, enjoy that.
I will be watching the Pro Bowl games.
Because I'm only saying that because we're not going to record before those games, obviously. And then we might not before the Super Bowl, depending on how we feel. I mean, we got time to chill. We'll figure things out. But thank you all for joining us today. We always appreciate you listening to us. Dimes on Duval is presented by Nerdy Nuts. If you haven't gotten your peanut butter fix yet, what are you waiting for?
I actually thought about it today. I need to order some Nerdy Nuts.
Please do. I mean, the Brookie that they just debuted sold out in probably 3 minutes the other night because I was going to get a jar for the little sis and out of luck, unfortunately. But keep checking. Wednesday nights is when they announce the flavors for the week. Sunday nights at 7 p.m. are when they drop. Keep your eye out. nerdynuts.com. Use code DIMES10 to get 10% off your purchase. And Mike, I know you usually end with a draft pick, but would you be so kind to let me interject? This isn't a first-round pick per se, but just a pick that I think the Jags might benefit from.
Sure, go ahead.
Cool. So without further ado, he's Mike Yashi. I am Keith Manzi. This has been another episode of Dimes on Duval presented by Nerdy Nuts. Thank you all, and catch you next time. I didn't actually look up the pronunciation of this name, so Tajay Spears, running back, Tulane.
Tajay Spears.
Damn, thanks.